Hey everybody, welcome to Mad Backyard. Today we're going to show you how to get your pellet grill ready for cooking again this spring after a long winter sitting dormant. We'll show you how we flush the old pellets through the auger while priming it with new ones. We'll also show you the fastest and easiest ways we found to clean the grates, the flame broiler, and get out the ash, dust, and grease so your pellet grill's ready to cook again in no time. The first thing you want to do is open up the hopper and see how many pellets you left in there over the winter and what kind of condition they're in. Hopefully you didn't leave the entire hopper filled with pellets. As we've talked about in other videos, pellets can degrade over time sitting in the hopper and won't work as well for you, especially if you live in a humid area. They absorb moisture, become less dense, won't burn cleanly or make much smoke for you, and if it gets really bad, they can even swell and jam up your auger. We made a whole video showing you how to empty the hopper and clean out the auger at the end of the season if you're not going to be using your pellet grill for an extended period of time, so make sure to check that out if you haven't watched it. I left a few in the bottom of the hopper. It's been a few months since I've run it, but it's pretty dry here over the winter, so I'm not too worried about these. So what you want to do next is add some fresh pellets on top of the old ones. You don't need to completely fill the hopper. We're only going to be running the pellet grill for a short while to get it warmed up to make cleaning easier, burn through the old pellets that are still sitting in the auger, and fill the auger with the new pellets. When I open up a fresh bag of pellets, I like to pour them into one of these storage buckets from Oklahoma Joe's. I like this brand because of the mesh pellet sifter. It helps you get out all the sawdust before you pour them in the hopper. Also, keeping your pellets in a nice sealed airtight container like this one, they'll last a lot longer, and it's a nice way to keep them well organized if you use a lot of different types of pellets like I do. I'll put a link to this bucket and everything else I'm going to be using in this video today down below if you want to check it out. Add some fresh pellets to the top and then close the lid to the hopper. Next, you want to make sure your ash pot's cleaned out from the last time you cooked. You want to always get in the habit of cleaning out your ash pot before you run your pellet grill each and every time. If it gets too full of ash, the pellets won't make contact with the heating element at the bottom, and if it gets really bad, it can even back up the pellets, causing them to ignite inside the auger, which can cause a fire. So take a few minutes to empty it, wipe it out, and replace it back under the bottom before you turn it on. Next, check your grease catch bucket. Make sure there's still a foil liner in it from last season. You don't have to replace it right now. You can just use the old one if it's still in there. But if there's nothing in there, make sure to add a foil liner to the bucket. I really like using these foil liners. It's just one less thing I have to clean on my pellet grill every time I cook. Whenever I'm cleaning my grills and getting them ready for the season, I like to work top to bottom so that anything I'm cleaning above falls down below. I can get it on the next step and I don't have to repeat anything. So we're going to start at the top on the cooking grates. Before I turn on the grill, I like to use a nylon brush to get off all the burnt and dried on pieces of food first. A nylon brush like this works great at getting off all the hard scraps of food quickly, but you need to make sure to use it before you turn on the grill while the grill's still cold, or it can melt the nylon bristles. Once you're finished with the nylon brush, you can turn the pellet grill on. I'm going to set it to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the maximum temperature you want to set it to when you're cleaning grates with a barbecue daddy brush. As we showed in our video on how to clean the grates of your pellet grill, I never use wire bristles, so my go-tos are the nylon brush and then the barbecue daddy grill sponge. I find it's great for steam cleaning these crosshatch style grates especially, and getting all the leftover grease and stuck on bits of food off from last season. So we're killing two birds with one stone by running our old pellets through the auger and also heating up the grill to clean the grates. Once the grill's up to 300 and the grates are nice and hot, get your brush and a little bucket of water and start steam cleaning the grates. I like to start on the bottom side first and then flip them over and do the top side second. You can really kind of work the brush to get in all the crevices where the food and grease may still be stuck on. Now, we're not doing a deep cleaning of our pellet grill today. We're just doing what we need to get it cleaned up and ready to cook for the season. If you're interested in doing more of a deep clean and really restoring it back to looking like brand new, including our tips for easily removing rust without using harsh chemicals, make sure to check that video out. But for now, we just want to clean the grates well enough to get them ready to cook again. Once the grates are cleaned to your liking, you can turn off the pellet grill, let it run through the shutdown cycle, and cool down a little bit before moving on. By running the grill for a little while during this step, we've also hopefully burned through all the old pellets that were left in the auger, filled it with our new fresh ones, and are ready to cook. I've also found heating it up a little makes the next steps easier by loosening up some of the grease and gunk that are still stuck in the bottom of the grill. Once the grill's cooled down a little bit, you can remove the grates. These are porcelain coated cast iron, so they do retain their heat for quite a while. If yours are still warm like mine are, make sure you're wearing some good high heat resistant barbecue gloves like these, and move them over to another grill or somewhere safe to put them down. Now we're going to deal with the flame broiler below. Like I said, if it's in really bad shape, you can check out our deep clean video where we show you how to clean it up and get it back to looking almost brand new again. But for now, we're just going to scrape it with this wooden scraper to get off all the stuck on bits of food. If you've got a sliding mechanism like on this Pit Boss, you can scrape that piece first, then remove it, and then scrape the rest of the flame broiler with the wooden scraper. Next, you want to get a vacuum. I like to use a little mini shop vac like this one. It's really convenient for cleaning out the ash inside the pellet grill and vacuuming up all the little pieces you just scraped off. Once you're finished with the flame broiler, you can remove it and set it aside, and we're going to continue working our way from top to bottom. Next, we'll use the same mini shop vac to clean out all the ash and pellet dust that's accumulated in the bottom of the grill. Then I like to use a shop towel to wipe out the grease from the grease chute on the right side, and any other grease and ash that's accumulated on all the other surfaces. This is also a good time to wipe down your internal temperature probe. Over time, it can get grease buildup on it, making it less sensitive to heat and therefore causing your pellet grill to run too hot. I find this is typically the #1 reason people have temperature control issues in their pellet grills. Best way I found to remove this is with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on a shop towel. It'll quickly remove any grease buildup and keep your temperature probe nice and clean. At this point, we're about finished. All we need to do is replace all the pieces we took out before. First, we'll put back the flame broiler, making sure to put the sliding attachment back in place as well, and then the grates above that. If you want to give the outside a quick cleanup too, I like to use this Citrus Safe barbecue cleaner and a shop towel. It's a really easy way to get off all the dirt and grease and dust and keep the outside of your grill looking nice. And that's about it. Now your pellet grill's ready for cooking with fresh pellets in the auger and all the ash and dried bits of food cleaned out from last season. I'll have a link to the step-by-step article that accompanies this video at our website, madbackyard.com, down in the description below. Make sure to also check out all the other videos I mentioned today about deep cleaning if you're interested in doing that, as well as our more in-depth video on cleaning your grill grates throughout the season and why I stopped using wire bristled brushes. I'll put links to all those videos, as well as all the products we used today, down in the description below. Thanks for watching.